Hey, Richie, how do you go from 10, 9, 7, 4? What kind of damn countdown is that? Holy smokes! Oh, by the way, good morning. Don't you think this outlaw thing has done got out of hand? You gotta listen to this kind of music at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's drinking music. It's enough to cause you to drink, gamble, smoke. You never know. Hold on. Oh, man. I like coming in and listening to drinking music, especially if I've been up all night gambling. What did Kenny Rogers say? You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them and know when to show them what. Good. You know, it's Thursday, and at least right at 8 o'clock, I remember that. I remember it's Thursday. Yes, and what's that mean tonight is Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk with the Pickens Dragons. That's number one. Thursday means we're only one day away from going to Blue Jeans Pizza up in Blue Ridge tomorrow. That's what Thursday means. Huh. You know, every day when I wonder, I leave the show, folks. This is going to be a revealing show. Right now, you got to call people and say, this is going to be revealing. Because I am in such a good mood. Don't screw anything up in the production booth, please. Please, try your best this morning. Don't mess up this mood I'm in, whatever you do. Folks, if you hear my mic rattling, because some of you said there's a little rattle, and I know it gets loud, but if you hear any, we've always told you, what have we always told you? What the hell? Let me try this again. You're the technical department out there. Seriously, 706-889-9700. You have always helped us for the last couple years. If our volume is low, volume is high, scratchy, if our stream, anything, you are the tech department. So wake the hell up and let us know what's going on. Maybe I shouldn't talk to you that way. Maybe if I need their help, Rose, I should be a little nicer. You think I should go for that? All right, I'm saying please. 706-889-9700, 706-889-9700. I'm your host, BKP. Send us an email, chief@FetcherNews.com. Follow us on Twitter @FYNTV, @FetcherNews. Find our Facebook page, Fetcher News. Let's see whatever else. Go to our YouTube channel, hit subscribe. Right there on the top. It'll let you know when we're always live. FYNTV, YouTube. I mean, there you go. All the ways. Count the ways that we love to get the word out to you. Now, moving right along. First of all, folks, Richie's bothering me a little. I know, don't get all upset, but he's bothering me a little. He's a Braves fan. That doesn't bother me, he's a Braves fan, but he rolls in here in his Braves hat and everything like that, trying to put the curse on. He wanted to bring me a Yankee picture, knowing if it came from a Braves fan, that it would officially be cursed. He thinks I don't pick up on that. Now, I know how to get a good Braves fan at any time, at this time of the year. Just say Jim Leyritz. Messes them up. Freaks them all out. Now, I love the Braves fans. Please don't tune out. I love you guys. You're okay. But Richie had the nerve. Listen to the nerve of this kid. I'm sorry. He's a nice young guy and everything. But he says, you know, Thurman Munson covers your face up. This is Thurman Munson of the Yankees. We're bringing this out, baby. I got Yankees last night. Oh, by the way, if you have not heard, the Yankees beat Cleveland and are moving on to play the Houston Astros, which doesn't sound right. Who the hell let the Astros in the American League? But anyhow, they're going on. Yankees-Astros, right? American League Championship Series. This is it. This is for the big show. This is my Thurman Munson for you out there. Thurman Munson. This is 1970. Oh my God. 1970 All-Star rookie card, baby. Rookie card. Munson rookie card right here for the show. I had to bring out number 8. You know it. I know it. It's not over till the fat lady sings. It's not over till it's over. Yogi, how do you hit the ball? I see it and then I swing. All right. I got a whole book of the Yogis, right? Yogi Berra. Yogi is back. Yankees manager Yogi Berra. That number, I had to get that out. I had to get my Sports Illustrated. What year was that from? 1984, Sports Illustrated, $1.95. April 2nd, had to get that out. Had to get my 1996 World Champion Yankee hat out. I happened to, I went to that World Series. What year did the Yankees beat the Braves? Must I remind you there, Richie, with the Braves hat on?
96.
Oh, okay.
And 99.
Yeah, well, 96, that would be this one here, 1996, baby.
58, I think.
I went to this World Series, Yankee Stadium, all right. I had to get that hat out, and then 1998, they didn't beat the Braves in 98, did they?
No, the Braves lost the Padres.
Yeah.
You guys swept the Padres that year.
Yeah, this is 1998. Oh, if I've not told you yet, within 6 minutes the Yankees beat Cleveland. Now for the Cub fan. There's the Cub fan out there. Look, I had to watch the Cubs go down, and I had to, really feel bad for my Cub fan. I'm sitting next to the Cub fan. We're watching the game. Boom! The Nationals. Grand slam, right? I feel bad for the Cub fan. And then, so they got one more day. I wish you well. Cub fan out there, I wish you well. My heart goes out to you and your friends, okay? I wish you well. I hope you do. Now, I have a problem, and I am going to get past the baseball talk. I am. I'm going to get past it, okay? But, what?
Check the screen. We've replaced it. That's Ted Turner in the Braves holding the trophy. We're covering up the Yankee stuff.
Hey, Richie. I know he didn't do that, folks. I know I'll deal with him. I will not.
It's gone.
I will deal with him, folks.
He created fake news, though.
Fake news? What the hell? We got to get into this for fake news. Now, wait a minute. Let me get past this, Richie. Chill. So here's the deal. So if the Yankees play the Cubs, I just don't know what'll happen. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if the Yankees play the Cubs, we're going to have an issue. All right, folks. What the hell is a boy? Now, Rose, seriously. Now, should I ask Rose? I don't know. I'm so confused. Rose, I'm not asking. Oh, hell, I'm not asking. Just make sure you know I'm not asking you. I'm just saying. Let's ask the folks, what the hell is a boy? I mean, I'm serious. You don't think they want gender neutral. They have been going gender neutral. Now, yesterday, Ray, the Boy Scouts. Now, they say they're not going to. Pay attention, folks. I mean, you need to pay attention to this. Probably your kids are going to school today, and when you went to school, okay, let's go when you went to school, there was a boys' bathroom, and there was a symbol on the front that said boys, and there was a symbol on the front that looked like a boy that we grew up thinking what a boy looked like. When you went to school, there was a girls' room, okay? You could actually get suspended as a boy. Now, don't ask me how I know this, but you could get suspended as a boy if you even peeped in the girls' bathroom. All right? But there was a symbol. There was clear identity that you get in this line, okay? So you remember this? You remember this? This is very serious. As joking as it sounds, this is very serious because we are screwed up. We are friggin' screwed up. We have our kids screwed up. We're screwing up the hell out of these kids, okay? We are messing them up. I swear to God. I mean, we are raising a generation. We are putting out, there was a show. I better not say that. All right, anyhow. But you remember when you was in the second grade and you had those times, there were designated times when your class went to the bathroom. And the girls lined up down this wall, and the boys lined up down this wall, and 3 boys got to go in, 3 girls got to go in, and then, the teacher came in to check and said, get out of here, okay? So then 3 more, and then you went back to your class. And we were divided, girls over here, boys over here. Now these schools, it's down to they don't want to. If you don't think if you don't think that they want to change the identity and have identity, no identity, gender neutral world, okay, where you don't know what is a Boy Scout, and you think I'm making too much out of this. I know you're saying, wait a minute, it's the Boy Scouts, okay? It's no different than letting, Debbie play third base. It's no different than letting, it's no different. It's, we have watched this. And here's the sad thing, okay? Regardless, I don't know where I end up on this, other than what's really sad is that maybe I'm just so old school that we are trying to make things so gender neutral or just gender neutral to where, how does a boy understand how to treat a lady? I mean, I'm serious, man. Who is teaching a young man how to respect, treat a lady, okay? God forbid you pull the chair out. God forbid you open the car door, because there's a harassing issue right there. So I don't want to go down that road. Yesterday, the Boy Scouts, now they say they're not going to change their name. Watch. It's a lie. That's a lie. Okay? Okay. Now, when they made the announcement that they would allow girls, there was the first phone call that was made. Very first phone call that was made was you know who. I mean, this was how phone rang. Who is it? You got the two people on the phone there? Who was the first phone call that was made? How many times do I got to say that? You got the picture of the first phone call that was made? What the hell? There's two people on the damn phone. That's how there it is. Peppermint Patty called Chuck. That's the first phone call. Yesterday, the Boy Scouts said, we'll let girls in. Peppermint Patty said, Chuck, have you heard? That was the first phone call. Very first call, Peppermint Patty to Chuck. You may think that that is silly. You may think that I'm being silly. You may think that that's joking around. But let me tell you, that is how long they have been manipulating generation after generation to get to this point. They've had a plan in place. Oh, you know who they are. They've had a plan in place for years to turn this gender neutral, okay? Now, what's the second one? Number 2, the one marked number 2. Oh, just have a little fun with this. All right, Peppermint Patty's telling Chuck, what about if I'm in the Boy Scouts? How would that work, Chuck? Okay, now number 3. Okay? Now, anybody that doesn't understand that Peppermint Patty, Chuck's all upset because Peppermint Patty just capped the bat. Kids don't know what that is today. And she gets first pick, okay? She gets first pick. So what's the last one? This is who we always thought would want to be in the Boy Scouts. Marcy, right? Marcy and Peppermint, sir. Remember? Walking around, sir. All right? You know, Peppermint Patty, that's Marcy. We always thought Marcy would want to be in the Boy Scouts. Take us off that. I'm just telling you, folks, the Boy Scouts said yesterday that they will let girls in now. The Girl Scouts are all upset. My question to you, what is a boy? I know how that sounds coming, how that must sound coming across. What is a boy? I'm serious, and you know, you can get all the jokes out there, but if the Boy Scouts are not the boys and they accept girls, what is a boy? You need to understand, men have ruined the world. This is the thought process. White men have ruined the world, okay? They have. That is the thought. White men have ruined, English-speaking white men have ruined the world. Boys must be extinguished. There must be an end to a man, all right? It just has to be taken down. That's my thought. Yesterday, what the Boy Scouts did, letting a girl in, just saying. I just wait and see. Mark this show, how upset you are with me now on some of the things I just said. Mark this show down and come back to it later, that they will just they'll change the name to the Scouts of America. Boys will, they say they're not. The press release says it will change to Scouts of America. And the whole thing, remember last year? The issue of what bathroom to go in? I mean, boy, this is going to put a real spin on the jamboree, right? Let's see, are we going to have girl areas to pitch a tent? Interesting. You know, what is that little s'mores conversation going to be like around the campfire at night? Oh, I have a whole list. All right, let's move on from that. I'm upset over it. I'm upset, okay? I'm upset. It's going to bring a whole new meaning to tie the knot. Just saying. Why does everybody always get upset with me? You know, this Blue Ridge City Council election, I have a question, okay? This is big. I'm serious, and I'm going to talk about it a little at 9 o'clock. We got a developing story. But if you're out there and you're in the city of Blue Ridge, or you're from Blue Ridge, or you know people in Blue Ridge, or your city, let's say your city, is it important to you? Okay? Now, I want to know. Is it important to you as a voter to know your candidate's personal habits? I'm very serious. Is that important? Would that cause you to make a decision on who to vote for, knowing some of your candidates, and we're going to say it nicely, personal habits? Okay? Would you want to know that your council members did certain things before you voted for them? And is that news? Because here at Fetcher News, we're very, this is an opinion show. It's my opinion, okay? It's my opinion for 2 hours. It's my opinion on local. It's my opinion on state. It's my opinion on national news. All right? Don't get confused with that. But here at Fetcher News, when you go read the articles, we are very clear. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about behind the scenes. You're going to want to be behind the scenes with FYN in our second hour today, because I'm going to give you some behind the scenes with this company. But we may have a special guest today. I think we might have a special guest. All right? I'm serious. We may have a special guest that just barges in. All right, where was I at? What the hell? I forgot? No. We take a lot of time to make sure, is this news? Okay? Is this something you need as a voter? Our goal is to bring you the most information to make a decision. So do you think it's important to know some of your candidates' personal habits, okay? Like me, let's say I was running for office, right? You know, you would be able to say, well, I don't know if I want to go vote for somebody who smokes a cheap cigar. Last night it wasn't a cheap cigar, it was a Yankee game. Richie, you need to know I had a top dollar cigar rolling last night. Top dollar, baby. Top dollar. I had a top dollar. Yes, sir. I don't care a dollar. It was an expensive cigar. Not cheap, baby. But anyhow, like if I ran for office, you would need to know that, I smoke cheap cigars. Outside of that, I'm very boring. All right. So that's my question. Do you need? I mean, the city council is enough to cause you to go to drinking, smoking, gambling. Oh, fudge. Anyhow, let's move along. So we have Trump. What do you think about this? We're going to talk about this later today. Now, Mattis says it's a lie. Mattis says it didn't happen. James Mattis, Secretary of Defense, said it didn't happen. Now, I studied Donald Trump. Okay? Now, you know, sometimes I get in moods and I step way out there. I mean, I step all the way out there. You know, when I was a kid, oh, hell, why do I tell these damn stories? You know, we used to climb trees. We didn't have an Xbox, damn it. We knew which bathroom to go in. We knew which apple tree to climb. And then when the apples fell on the ground, we had apple wars. What's an apple war? You know, where you throw the apples at each other and they sting. What the hell? Poor kids, man, today. Anyhow, so when I'm a kid, we had a BB gun. Oh, God forbid, right? We got a BB gun. Farmer couldn't figure out why his windows kept getting popped out. And then we knew what apple tree to climb. So you climb the tree and you figure out how far you could go out on a limb before it cracked. Remember that? Or some of you, a little older, how far could you go out? How far would that limb support you before you cracked, rolled, had to tuck and roll on the ground because you came out you came out of that tree? And about every kid that was 9 years old back then, you know, broken arm because little Johnny rolled out of the tree, right? So I led the league on figuring out how far I could go before that limb cracked. I don't know why I told you that. And I don't know what that has to do with anything. I've studied Trump. I've studied Donald Trump. I'm going to tell you, without ever meeting the man, I'm going to go right out on this limb. It may crack. Without ever actually shaking the man's hand, okay? Get the word to him if you're out there. Anybody out there, tell him I said this, okay? Without shaking the man's hand, without being in his inner circle in the West Wing, without any insider information, because we're here in rural America. I'm in Ellijay, Georgia this morning, folks. I'm in North Georgia without having any insider information, nothing to go on like MSNBC. Thank God they have their sources. I've studied Donald Trump, and I'm going to tell you, I know Donald Trump as well as anybody that comes on the air today. I can pinpoint President Donald Trump as well, if not better, than anyone that comes on the air today. Now, don't take offense. Don't get upset, because you know how I feel about these guys. I will look you in the camera and tell you I know President Trump. I have studied him. I have not met him like a Mark Levin. I have not met him like a Rush Limbaugh. And I know that our President of the United States, I can figure him out as well as Rush Limbaugh or Mark Levin. And I say that in all due respect. Now, that being said, the BS that keeps coming out of these meetings. Now, what Trump does is he becomes President of the United States, he's sitting down, he's in a room. Now, this guy is building a high-rise, okay? And this guy has, he's in architectural meetings all the time. All the time they're coming in and, hey, you know, they got to deal with this union and they got to deal with that union. And he's in architectural meetings and he has to pick different glass and different fixtures. And they change the design on apartments, whatever. This is what this guy does. So in his life, he doesn't have a group of advisors coming in every day and saying, you know, our nuclear arsenal, or, you know, this treaty and that treaty. He has not lived through that on a daily basis. So what he did, folks, all right, you've heard the tenfold. He wanted to increase his nuclear capacity, our country, tenfold. This is a lie. This is a lie. Now, this is going to get into the First Amendment that we're going to talk about. This is going to be a Trump kind of morning. But the media is trying to take this man down. All right? So what he did is he put everybody in a room. And then when you don't know a subject, and we got to say, Trump doesn't know our nuclear arsenal, you hit everybody with questions. Now, I don't think he said tenfold. But you think he looked at Mattis and said, okay, do you think we need to increase our arsenal? He's not sitting there thinking about the treaty in place. Do you think we need to modernize? What do you think we need to do? Which weapons are obsolete? So Trump asked a whole complete circle of questions, guaranteed, all the way around the room. All right? And there's no such thing. Your teacher told you when you were young there was no such thing as a stupid question. No such thing. Ask it. And Trump does that. He asked every single question. Every one. To gather information from the professionals of where we stand with our nuclear weapons. All right? So somebody comes in to serve coffee about the time Trump says, I don't know that he said this. I don't know he said this, but about the time somebody said, well, what do you raise it to? Tenfold? What do you do? What do you do if you raise the arsenal? So somebody came in that was serving coffee, ran out and called a reporter. Okay? I'm going to take a break. We're going to talk about that. My question is, okay, do you think there's any room in the First Amendment for the president to shut down fake media that lies to the public? Do you think there's any room? Or should the president of the United States just continue to let NBC, Joe Scarborough, Minka, Barnacle, all of these people, Little Willie, do you think they should just let them lie to the American people? Obamacare. MSNBC 1 hour this morning. I watched 6 to 7. Not one word about James Mattis, the Secretary of Defense, saying that did not happen in that meeting, the tenfold increase in the nuclear arsenal in this country. Not one word. We'll talk about that, okay? We'll talk about that. Obamacare, Rand Paul, you heard it here. What did I say the entire time? The entire time. Richie, I don't think you were here when the first go around, when the House passed it. But the entire time from day one, I said, and if you're out there and you're a regular to the show, every single thing that's happened on health care, I said, I defer to Rand Paul. Remember? Everything. Rand Paul. I deferred all the way from day one to Rand Paul. Guess who's going to be standing next to the president today as he signs an executive order on Obamacare, I understand, to allow health care to be sold, insurance across state lines. Rand Paul's going to be standing there. Your host deferred to Rand Paul from day one. And we're trying to figure out if Donald Trump is turning on the people that voted for him. I don't think so. Rose, is that you huffing and puffing and snarling up and down the hall? Is that you making all those noises? All right, somebody's huffing and puffing and running up and down the hall. I got to go check this out. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be right back after these messages.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Days Chevrolet in Jasper is dropping the hammer. Over $11,000 off MSRP on new Silverados. Just look what we've done to the price on this new LT Crew Cab. Save over $11,000 and pay just $32,500. And Days Chevy is dropping the hammer in a big way on all new Chevy Malibus. Save over $6,500 and pay just $17,900. The savings are real and they're big at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there. All I do is win, win.
Hi, I'm Casey McGraw, the General Manager of Schottenkirk Ford. We're going to start doing something here at Schottenkirk that we're really excited about. You may have already noticed our Facebook page, the new edition of the 360-degree videos. This allows the user to control the video in virtual reality and see it from any angle you choose, simply by moving your device or scrolling with your finger or your mouse. At Schottenkirk, we've decided to take this groundbreaking technology and apply it to the car shopping experience. Now, if you're interested in a new truck, a family car, or a brand new convertible Mustang, you can simply log on to our Facebook page or our YouTube page and see it for yourself in full HD 360-degree detail. Or contact one of our sales associates who will send you the link directly. If you like what you see and want to take it for a test drive, simply stop on by and take it for a spin. At Schottenkirk Ford, we're committed to not only keep up with new market technology, but we strive to be innovators, while always keeping your comfort and convenience as our #1 priority. So follow us on Facebook, check out our new 360 VR videos, and let me know if there's anything I can do for you.
We are back live. We are here. I'm going through the phone looking at... Now look, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Hey, Rose, is that you running up and down the hall barking? Is it? I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm in this room and I hear barking going up and down the hall. I mean, is somebody here that, you know... Do we have a woof in the house? Do we? Oh, the place has gone to the dogs, folks. It's gone to the dogs. At least there's no cat. Anyhow, you know, before we get started, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. The Boy Scouts are going to let girls in. You know, I'm not concerned, and they're even going to let the girls become an Eagle Scout, okay? This doesn't concern me as much as what I'm hearing, the new badges that are coming out. Like, there's going to be, they're going to be a new badge called Pull My Pigtails. Okay, a guy can get the Pull My Pigtail badge. You know, he's going to go for that one. And then Braid My Hair. Am I wrong? Am I being really bad, Rose? Is that bad? Is it? Okay. Rose is my little compass over there saying, you better watch out. I don't know. Braid My Hair badge, okay? Braid my hair, okay? I'm sorry, can't help it. Going to go to the Boy Scout Jamboree. Girls are going to be putting makeup on the boys. I'm just telling you. Guys are going to be wearing eyeliner, painting their nails. Why am I the bad guy? Why the hell am I the bad guy? The world is going just crazy, and I'm the bad guy. What the hell? All right, let me ask you a question. Do you think, and we're going to get into this at 9 o'clock. I've asked this question. I've already gotten some answers, okay? Do you think it's important to know the personal habits of a candidate for office? And the reason I ask that, stay with me on this. Don't everybody freak out at once, okay? Now, maybe a candidate smokes. Okay, would that prevent the candidate from making a choice of how to vote for taxes or sewer rates or whatever, buying, purchasing, bonds, whatever, running the city? Maybe it doesn't. So should we come on here and say, oh, you're going to vote for this candidate, they smoke, all right? Well, then what about other personal habits like drinking? Okay, well, it's an adult beverage. You're over 21. You can go and having a drink. And, I was with some folks last night that were having adult beverages, but your host, me, I was not, folks. I was not. I don't know. No, drinking water. While the others were having adult beverages. Not me. Anyhow, is that important? Adult beverage from time to time, unwind. Can you make the decisions? What about gambling? So you play the cards, play the ponies, Maybe you put $2 on, Slippery Rock in the third and you box it, You're over at the track, you got a cheap cigar, you got the racing form, and you just spend in the afternoon. And you take $20 and you have a good time. Does that matter? I don't know, but I want to know from you. Because the Blue Ridge City Council is out of friggin' control. This election is like spinning out of orbit. And I have been contacted concerning some things on a candidate. And I don't know if it's important. I will share some stuff with you after 9, and then you tell me if I should look any further into it. How about that? I'll let you make the call. If you send me a message to say we need more information on this for the voters, then I might go with it. All right, Rand Paul is going to be standing next to the President of the United States, all right? Right next to him, all right? And where is that? I got the story here. Had the story. Trump to sign executive order on Obamacare tomorrow morning. As first previewed over the weekend, tomorrow at 11:15 a.m., folks, 11:15, President Trump will sign an executive order aimed at taking action on health care, or, as the White House put it, to promote health care choice and competition. I have told you on this show, every single campaign promise that Trump can make by himself, he will. You could rest assured, I study the guy, he will. EPA, boom. Coal miners, boom. You name it. Iran deal, we'll see what happens. Immigration, the wall, they're working on a deal now. Chuck and Nancy are a little upset. I mean, as soon as, as the very minute Chuck and Nancy left the West Wing, Chuck was like, I'm going to get the black tie. Nancy, go get your dress out. This is going to be a win for us. It's going to be a black tie affair. Nancy went and got the dress out. Chuck calls and said, woo, put the brakes on that dress, Nancy. Put that back in there. Trump's still talking about that wall. Every single promise that the President of the United States has made to you that he can keep on his own, he will. He will, folks. He's still in touch. That's why he went to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. He's in touch with the people. If you think those people come out and President Donald Trump is not in touch with them, okay? You're badly mistaken. All right? Just because Minka showed up at Mar-a-Lago in Florida on New Year's Eve, facelift, bleeding, He said, get the hell out. You're not coming in here. Oh, man, it's a takedown of the country. So at 11:15, President Trump will do something Congress cannot. What did I tell you Monday or Tuesday? Trump is sending every campaign issue back home. Remember? Don't forget, I said it here. He's sending it back home. It is Congress. Oh, by the way, Congressman Doug Collins will be on the show tomorrow, okay? 8:45, Congressman Doug Collins will be on the show. We'll ask him some of these questions. Congress has to take this back home and campaign. Senators have to take this back home and campaign. And they can't blame Trump. So, healthcare, 11:15 today, an executive order aimed at taking action on healthcare, as the White House put it, to promote healthcare choice and competition. After Congress failed to repeal Obamacare, the order, which is expected to further weaken Obamacare, should in theory ease rules on small businesses banding together to buy health insurance through what is known as association health plans, and lift Obama administration limits on short-term health insurance plans, according to a source on a call with administration officials Wednesday night. According to the Hills source, which we have up here also, the order will direct the Department of Labor to modernize rules to allow small employers to create association health plans. Small business will be able to band together if they are within the same state, in the same line of business, or the same association trade. Okay? Rand Paul is expected to be standing there with the president today. Okay? It doesn't appear that the order will go as far as some Democrats feared, though. Liberals are worried that the order will undermine the stability of Obamacare markets because healthy people will be attracted to cheaper new association plans. Folks, watch for these associations to pop up all over the place. Now, now the same state, excuse me for that. Our company, now FetcherNews.com, used to be a member of an association. Our association, actually, we were the largest in our industry. The association banded together, but we could not compete with the big guys, and we were not allowed to buy insurance as a group. So although we had 240 members in our association, okay, although we had 240 members in our association, we could not purchase insurance as a group, which we were not able to compete. Now, I have always said, if they will allow associations to come together and be able to be quoted insurance as an association, all right, it will change insurance rates for everybody. Now, let me tell you what he just did that nobody's going to say. Let me tell you what he's going to do at 11 o'clock that nobody will talk about. Not a soul. Watch, ready? Insurance has blown up at your local level. Now stay with me. You will not, I promise you today, you will not hear this anywhere else. If you go to your counties, okay? If you go to your counties, you will hear, all right? You will hear the county talk about the highest increase is insurance premiums. Your county employees, your city employees. Insurance. If you have sit in for the last 8 years like I have and Fetcher News has and paid attention for 8 years, we have watched premiums go through the roof. Okay? Deductibles and co-pays every year for county employees, school employees, city employees. Through the roof. Okay, you take a city employee and they're paying $39 a month. Now, I'm not saying that's the price, but you've got a county employee working for the road department and they're paying $39 a month. Okay? Next year, that county employee just wants to see $39 a month out of their check. They don't want to see $46, they don't want to see $47. So they have a choice. I've watched it over the years. They have a choice to take the $36 a month out of their check, or $22 a week out of their check, or $30 and keep the same coverage. Or if they take the $22, right, it stays the same, it doesn't cost them any more, their copay goes up and their deductible goes up. I've watched it. Because your counties don't buy as an association. They buy as a county. They're quoted as a county. Your cities, the AGCC, right? That's the association. They don't quote the county. They don't quote the cities. They don't quote the schools. I'm almost positive. I said I'm almost positive because I have watched the counties and the schools the same way. They have to be quoted individual insurance. This should, with the stroke of a pen at 11:15, this should totally change insurance and the ability to purchase insurance on all of your local government levels. This should be big. Watch and see if it gets reported other than here. This should be really big for your local governments. Really big. That they can now band together with every other county in the state in an association and purchase insurance. Cities, Board of Education. Watch and see. Watch and see. Search that out today. Tell me if I'm right. God forbid I ever be wrong, right? I'm your host, BKP. Trump moving right along with health care, whether Republicans do or not. Now, that being said, what do you think? I want to move to another subject before 9 o'clock. And I'm trying to think, why do I want to move to this now? Or do I want to move to it? Okay, let's just go ahead and do it. Have you noticed? Here's all I'm going to ask you. Have you noticed that after the Vegas massacre, okay, the FBI immediately, I'm just asking you to pay attention. The FBI immediately said it wasn't connected. It is not radical Islamic terrorism. All right, I'm not saying it is this morning. The FBI immediately cleared things. The Vegas police immediately did their investigation. And have you noticed, or is it just me, the media has moved on? Have you noticed they sold you 72 hours of what happened, we discovered this, and they moved on? Have you noticed that? This was a whirlwind of information that came to you out of Vegas, and they moved on. Okay? Now, this is from CBS. This story comes from CBS News. All right? Worker warned hotel before Las Vegas shooter opened fire on crowd. A maintenance worker said Wednesday he told hotel dispatchers to call police and report a gunman had opened fire with a rifle inside the Mandalay Bay Resort, a casino hotel, before the shooter began firing from his high-rise suite into the crowd at a nearby musical performance. The revised timeline, there's a revised timeline, has renewed questions about whether better communication might have allowed police to respond more quickly and take out the gunman before he committed the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. Have you noticed, I'm just wanting you to say, I have not done the investigation, okay? I just want to say, please, folks, keep in mind that from the FBI, okay, this is the same government officials that are still trying to figure out if somebody in Russia took out a Facebook ad in Michigan to cause 3 people to vote for Donald Trump a year later. Okay? Keep that in mind. Sorry. I tried everything to stay away from that. I apologize. Keep that in mind, that this is the same government that has absolutely let James Comey get away with what he got away with. Hillary Clinton get away with what she got away with. John Podesta, all right? Keep in mind who these people are that have solved this somewhat, especially in the media's eyes, in 72 hours. Keep that in mind. Just pay attention that this happened. This happened, was solved for the most part according to them, and they're moving on, including the media. Keep that in mind. I just think where it comes to the Vegas shooter, as you would call it, Stephen Paddock, there's a whole lot of things that we should really pay attention to and not gloss over too fast. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I'm asking the question this morning. It'll be after 9 o'clock, but I'm asking the question this morning, do you think it's important to know personal habits of a candidate? Personal habits of a candidate. That's number one. Do you think also there's room in the First Amendment? I know my Constitution's right here. Well, I was reading the 25th Amendment in case of the removal of the president from the office. The 25th Amendment. That is the discussion that's being had on MSNBC, removing the president of the United States from office because he's the president of the people, for the people, and by the people they voted for him. I'm your host, BKP. We'll take a little break. We'll be back right after these messages. We're going to get into that 9 o'clock hour with some of my questions. Trump taking on freedom of speech or liars? Should they be allowed to look at the camera and just lie to you? And I'm going to give you a little back. You're going to get a little behind the scenes of FYN TV Fetcher News today. Richie, take us to break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
The 46th Annual Georgia Apple Festival Arts and Crafts Show, one of the South's premier festivals, is held in beautiful Ellijay, Georgia. Enjoy watching demonstrating artists and musicians, or try some tasty cooking from one of our delicious food vendors. With a parade, car show, and handmade arts and crafts from more than 300 vendors, there's plenty of fall fun for everyone. For more information, visit georgiaapplepfestival.org.
All right, folks, I'm back. Hold on. I do things during the break. I mean, we got to work around here. If you would see the CEO down the hall, you would understand what this is like. I mean, you should see Chief down the hall. I mean, I take a break. Oh, the fake news is going all out in order to demean. What is that? And denigrate such hatred. Oh. We'll get back in a minute. I didn't take a very good picture because the chief was mad. But Richie, I'm going to send you this picture. All right? And pick one out. And let me know when you got it ready. All right? Oh, hold on. I might have to do it during the next break. Because if I get Chief's picture wrong, he will be very upset. So we'll do that during the next break. I want you to know what it's like. We're going to give you some behind the scenes. Okay? I'm not joking. This is behind the scenes at FYN. All right? And what goes on here. Now, my camera is not a very good camera. I'm going to resize these. I'm going to go with a medium. And I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to show you the chief here, who's running things, and I'm going to show you what happens when I'm not around, folks. This is what happens when I'm not around. And then I'm actually going to show you, I feel I'm going to show you my baby picture today. All right, enough is enough, right? All right, Richie, I've sent you like 15 pictures. Pick out 2 or 3 good ones of the chief and let me know. And put these all together and give me a thumbs up when we're ready. Hey, folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, yesterday, a bombshell report. Don't you love the bombshell report? Yesterday, the bombshell report that Trump has asked, okay, Trump has asked for a 10-fold increase in our nuclear arsenal, okay? So James Mattis, the Secretary of Defense, said, this is not true. I was in the meeting. It didn't happen. It's not true, okay? All right, so did NBC come out today and apologize? Did MSNBC open their show and say, folks, we need to come to you this morning, the American people, and apologize for the lies we told yesterday concerning this national security meeting where President Trump allegedly asked to increase the nuclear arsenal of this country tenfold? Did they come out and apologize this morning? No, they did not. They doubled down. All right? Can you just sit and talk about this stability of the President of the United States? Or should we sit and let the First Amendment or hide behind the First Amendment? Should we allow the intentional takedown of a President of the United States by the establishment, Republicans included? Republicans, Democrats, the media, the globalists, the corporatocracy, all the above. Should we sit and allow it? And should they be able to hide behind the First Amendment? Now, here's what I said, and this is a quote. See if I get it right. I wrote this. I wrote an article last year, and in the article I said, it's coming to you now, Richie. I accidentally sent it to the wrong place. But in the article, I wrote, if a person goes to the scene and starts the fire, if they start the fire and then they run and call the fire truck and they follow the fire truck to the fire, take pictures of the fire, report about the fire, are they an arsonist or a journalist? That is the question. Is MSNBC an arsonist? Is MSNBC, Joe Scarborough, NBC, their bombshell reports, is this an act of treason? Or is this journalism? I, for one, am very nervous, and you need to understand what they need to do. They need to end the internet. No, not as you know it by searching for something. They need to get the reason they're working with Facebook and the reason they're working with all of these people now is to figure out how to control the internet to stop me, to stop you. You see, MSNBC comes out with a bombshell report, and 3 hours later, you refute it. You find it to be a lie. You find the truth. You do the research. And they can't stand that. They can't stand it. Everything that they say the president's doing, we find out the truth immediately, and they can't take it. Now, either the people around Donald Trump are the biggest liars, or they're telling the truth. People surrounding the president do not hear the noise that the media is making in the West Wing. Mike Pence is not going out and feeling that he's been demeaned by Donald Trump. People can still take a joke. Hey, Tillerson says I'm a moron. Okay, let's take an IQ test. I mean, so, big deal. I mean, the only people that's really upset when I say that are, it's maybe at the yacht club somewhere in Connecticut. I can understand, You find a guy with a sweater and the sleeves tied around his neck, he's probably the guy that's upset. I mean, come on, How do you wear a sweater? Tie the sleeves around your neck. Really? That's probably who's upset with Donald Trump. I don't know. It's 9:04. I want to talk more about this. We have a good friend of the show, Alicia Edwards. Alicia Edwards is with Century 21. And she's with Century 21. She's a good friend of the show. She's been coming on here from time to time. And I think I want to go out. I got to take a little break. So I think I want to go out right now and look around. Richie, can we let's go out right now and look around at a property that Alicia Edwards has listed, and then we'll come back and we'll finalize the question. So this is Alicia Edwards, Century 21. Stay tuned with us, but check this house out that's listed on the market here in LJ. Richie, let's go to that. Hey, it seems like we were just in the studio. Now we're at 106 Simpson Hill Drive with Alicia Edwards from Century 21. This is a beautiful place, Alicia. This is one of the listings you currently have?
Yes, it is. It's one of my favorites.
Now, I was looking around here earlier, and home. Everything is about this is home. It's so quiet. Couple acres? How big's the lot?
We've got just about 2 acres here.
Well, and it's a pet lover's place.
Absolutely.
I mean,
yes.
even if you don't have pets, but it would be perfect, right?
Absolutely.
You have a couple doggies,
yeah.
This is the place. Beautiful. Go ahead. You want to take us inside and show us around?
Yeah, let's go inside.
So we're in the living room now?
Yes.
Is that a gas fireplace?
It is.
Oh, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
In the living room. Nice and cozy.
Mm-hmm. And if you follow us in here, we've got a dining room, a galley kitchen. And you can see in the house, you've got plenty of natural light in here. You've got the sliding glass doors off the dining room and off of the living room. And then we come back here. This is one of my favorite places of this house. Back here is like your own little oasis.
Well, I like the kitchen is right there off, right as you come out on this back deck, so you can prepare something, come out here and sit down. It's nice and quiet.
You could have like your own little dog park back here. It's all fenced in. Puppies can run freely out here.
Yeah, that's a real nice area all the way around there that your dogs can go out there and run throughout the day and have plenty of room. I guess for a guy like me that likes 3 and 4 dogs, this is perfect.
Yes. Absolutely.
I like this. Now, what about around the corner? Is this property with it?
Yes. All of this land right here to the side. And then one of my favorite things is as you come around the corner, you can zoom in and see how this porch comes all the way around the front and the side of the house. And then you've got those pretty mountain views. Yes.
All the way to the front, and you can sit out there and look at those beautiful mountain views here in North Georgia.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, what about the bedrooms? Or do we want to go back? I don't know. It's this kind of place. I don't even know if I want to go back inside yet because I'm a back porch
kind of guy.
Yeah. Hey, we're back inside. We didn't go and look at any of the bedrooms. There's 3 bedrooms here?
There are 3 bedrooms.
3 bedrooms?
Yes.
And one right this way is the master bedroom. Tell me about that.
This is actually the main floor living bedroom.
Okay.
And then we have the bathroom off of it down this little hallway here.
Now, there's 2 bedrooms upstairs. So there was one we're on the main living floor bedroom. That's the one we're just at. And there's 2 upstairs. Tell me about the bedrooms upstairs on the left and right.
Well, what you're going to find, you go up the stairs. The bedroom to the right is a good sized bedroom, and it's got a balcony with a sliding glass door that's got those beautiful mountain views. In the middle, you'll find the bathroom, and over to the left, you'll find another bedroom. Tons of room.
And is there another bathroom?
No, just that one in the middle.
That's what I said.
I said you'll find one in the middle.
Oh, did you say that?
I said you'll find one in the middle.
Oh, I didn't know. So I got caught when you said the view from the balcony. So the bedroom to the right has a balcony view of what we see out here.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's absolutely beautiful. Let's go upstairs and check it
All
out.
right, let's go check it out.
So this is the bedroom with the balcony.
Yes.
This is beautiful. Sit out here in the evening and look at that view. This is a beautiful bedroom here. So, and there's one here, and there's one across the hall.
Yes. This is your 2nd and your 3rd bedrooms in this house.
With a bathroom in the middle.
With a bathroom in the middle. Only one. Bathroom in the middle.
But a beautiful view here.
Basement, take 1.
I'm sorry. That's my job. Okay, so we're not finished yet. There's a full basement to this house.
Yes, there is.
Let's go down and check it out.
Let's go find this out.
Okay, we downstairs in the basement, so now we've been on the third floor. I'll call it the third floor. 2 bedrooms and a bath. First floor, main floor, bedroom, living room, kitchen, beautiful deck out back. But if you want to have your own space, this is perfect.
Yes.
Down the basement.
Or great for an office.
Great for an office, a home office, anything.
Yes.
A big laundry room.
Huge laundry room. It's like a dream laundry room. Yes.
So this house has the potential of a dog lover's dream, already fenced in. Okay. Home office area.
Yes.
3 bedrooms, very spacious bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a living room, and a view just for those evenings or mornings when you want to sip a cup of coffee and look over the mountainside, right?
Absolutely. But it doesn't stop there, Brian. We have another way to end the evening.
Okay.
Let's go see it.
Sitting here in the swing, looking at that beautiful view. Is this how we ended? Is that what
Nope. Even though that this is a highlight, this is not.
This is a highlight. Relaxing, sitting out at this beautiful view, but this is not it?
Nope, this isn't it.
What is?
Feast on that, Brian. That's the hot tub. That's the way to end the night.
Okay.
You could start your day there too, but
Yeah, that's relaxing.
let's go check it out.
So the hot tub comes with the place?
It comes with it. Yes.
This has to be it.
This is it.
Wow, this is nice. Okay, we're going to wrap up the tour of this beautiful property with this great view behind us at 106 Simpson Hill Drive, Ellijay, right?
Yes.
I've only had to try that 3 times.
I think it was like 5.
Huh?
I think it was like 5.
Alicia, if someone today that has looked at this beautiful property and wants all the details and information on it, how will they be able to find it?
They'll be able to find it on my website, AliciaEdwardsRealtor.com, with other featured listings and a lot of cool stuff.
Okay, you want to see how easy it is to get back to the studio now?
How easy is it?
Just like this. Just like this. We're back. That's not. We're back. I'm working on something. How did I just come back just like that? Oh, I don't have my earpiece in. If I had my earpiece in, I'd probably hear like the 5 or the. How's Richie's countdown go? Richie goes like 10, 9, 7, 4, 1. Right? Is that what I heard earlier? Okay, we're back, folks. Hey, Richie, do me a favor. So I go down the hall. I got to give you a little of this. I go down the hall, and you know, it's rough around here, okay? And I go down and I want to talk to Chief. Is Chief up on the screen? Where's Chief? There's Chief. Look at him. I go down the hall, there's Chief. He won't even pay attention. Where's another one? You got another one of Chief? Look at him sitting at his desk. Chief is just sitting at his desk. Is that, you got any more, or is that it? All right, now that's all right, that's all right. This is Chief. I go down the hall, Chief. It's almost impossible to talk to Chief. Look at her. It's a girl, too. She'll run that place. All right, and then yesterday, this is what it's like around here. Show them out front. It's dark, but ain't nobody doing a damn thing. They just sit around a table out front. Just sit out there. You got another one? No, not my baby picture already. The other one, you got 2 at the table. Look at that. And then yesterday, I found my baby picture. Put up my baby. There you go. That's my baby picture. I always did enjoy a cheap cigar. Anyhow, that's a little bit of what it's like around here. I'm your host. We're going to go a little deeper. Chief is, I tell you know what it's like going down the hall, don't you, Rose, to go see Chief? We're all afraid to go down to that room, right? Yeah, I mean, Chief's sitting down there, got her mug laid up on the desk. I'm telling you, folks. All right. I was working on something before I was interrupted by this show. I shouldn't say that, right? All right, I want to know from you, is it important to know what if you find out a candidate gambles a lot. I don't know how to put this, because I don't know if this is news. What if you had a candidate that is a high roller? Would you want them to be your city council member? I don't know. I'm asking. What if, these are my words, what if you found out a candidate, would you gamble on your city's future with a candidate that may have spent or gambles hundreds of thousands of dollars? I don't know. Well, I am working on a bombshell report where sources have come forward, and I cannot reveal the sources, and this concerns the candidate, and I'm working the details out. Everybody get all worked up, get your damn legal pad out, but I don't know yet. But I understand that candidate for city council Angelina Powell is a regular at the casino, okay? And sources are telling me that she's not just a regular at the casino, she's a high roller. And does that matter? I don't know. I mean, if you have a lot of money, if you're really rich and rolling in the dough, or let me rephrase that, if the fudge is really bringing it in, okay, and it's yours to spend and it's your business, that's up to you. I'm just saying. But, I mean, I'm going to use the word disturbing. What was said to me yesterday from some sources that are pretty close to this situation, it was pretty disturbing. I mean, you know, if you're running a multi-million-dollar fudge organization, if you're the fudge capital or the fudge queen, I think she says she's the fudge queen, and she asks everybody in town if they can smell her nuts. What the hell? Why am I the bad guy? It's on the video, right? It's on the video. You can watch the video. I'm tired of people attacking me. Go to YouTube. I'll give them free advertising right now. Go to YouTube and pull up Three Sisters Fudge, and it's 4 minutes, and just watch it yourself. I mean, she wants to know if people can smell her nuts. I didn't say that. She did. But if you're if you're the fudge queen of the world and you're raking it in, and you can spend it any way you want. Aruba, Jamaica, whatever you want to do. I don't care. I'm going to get a little deeper into that a little later in the show. But I'm just wondering, does that mean anything? Does that mean anything if somebody's a high roller? Do you need to know that to cast your vote? You may not. It may not bother you. Now, I'm going to tell you, I have been to a casino. Yes, I have been to a casino. I have. I've been to a casino. I've not walked through the door. I have never walked through the door of the casino in Cherokee. I have never walked through the door in Murphy. I don't care if you do. I'm not saying there's a problem. If you take a couple $100 and you have a good time and you watch a show, that's your business. But when you get sources say hundreds of thousands, and I don't know, I haven't verified that. I don't know. And high roller, what is it? See, I don't know casino language. I don't. What is a 7-star club like? What is that? Is that like the top club, right? I was trying to read on that yesterday. If you're a 7-star member, right? That's the top member. I mean, that's it. You are top member. If you go to Caesars and you read on all of their casinos, you can read about their 7-star membership. Just saying. So, is that relevant? I'm leaving that up to you. Now, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. What I want to do right now is I want to ask you if you think the media should be held responsible for their reports if they're lies. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about FetcherNews.com, and it is relevant to what the President of the United States is talking about. Sam will tell you this. Any reporter will tell you this. We have trouble here finding people, and I'll tell you why. Okay, I'll tell you why. Because we don't tolerate things. All right, this is a behind-the-scenes look at FetcherNews.com. I'm going to tell you a little bit about us that you're not going to hear anywhere else. One, we do not edit a reporter's content. Now, what does that mean? When you read stories on FetcherNews.com, regardless the county they're in, all right, we send those stories. We have an editor that goes through these stories all week long. And do we make mistakes? Yes. And do we have some errors? Yes. Not like, one candidate that can't get 2 words spelt correctly in 2 ads. Oh my God. Did you see that ad? Well, it was a little fun. Anyhow, so, if I was a candidate, I'm not going to name any names, but if I was a candidate, I think I would put the drink down, the cigarette out, and, say, hey, I'm not going to just take a minute and proofread some things. Now, I don't know that. I mean, I'm not mentioning any names. Anyhow, where was I at? Okay, we have an editor that goes through Fetcher News all the time, reading and reading and reading. But our editor is not allowed to change the content. Big no here. I review weekly, and the editor I'm talking that's with us, they know to bring everything to my attention if they see anything. But our rule is we're not allowed to change the content on our writers. We do not. Now, what you read for the most part in your local publications, there's an editor that changes content all the time. It happens all the time. I talk to reporters all the time throughout North Georgia that there's so many times when they actually see their article, there's many that don't recognize their article because it's been hacked up and changed before it hits press. Okay? All the time. We do not do that. I'll look in the camera. When you see an article, okay, on FetcherNews.com, we do not. Now, I have meetings with all the writers, and I'm very firm. Sam and I, Sam's the general manager, we sit down with every writer, and we're very firm on, we do not create the news, we write the news. So this is important for what Trump said, because I'm going to give you a little background of who we are. We will tell anybody, if you want out of here so fast, your head will spin at FetcherNews.com. Let us catch you creating news. We report news, we don't create it. Period. Okay? All of our writers are told that. The other thing our writers are told, now we're just giving you some behind the scenes because this is the truth. Once a writer starts working in an area and they start putting out a lot of information, they gain power. They do. Now, this is just something people will not talk about, but I will. So you got your MSNBC, they got power. You got people that have power when they start putting out information. That's dangerous. It's good and dangerous. So another thing, any writer ever comes in here, they hear, is you're going to get power. You're going to start writing, and people are going to start reading your stuff, and you're going to feel the power in your articles. Another thing that gets them out of here so fast their head's spinning is when they abuse their power. So I can tell you right now, and Sam will tell you, when we set the reporters down, and we do, we tell them very clearly here at FetcherNews.com, we report the news, we don't create it. That's number one. And if you don't want to do that, you're out. Two, we do not change the content on your articles. You're the one writing your articles. We're going to hold you to a standard to tell the truth. Okay? 3. What is 3? Oh, hell, 3. What is 3? I had it just a minute ago. What is 3?
Abusing power.
Thank you. Abusing power. We're checking to see if anybody's listening, folks. I was wondering if I've ever going to get anything in my ear to say abusing power. Abusing power. I'm very funny. Richie will tell you, you never come in here and sit down that we don't talk about abusing power. You're out. Okay? And another thing a reporter will hear at Fetcher News is you are a direct conduit of information to the readers. You got mom and dad leaving the house this morning. They're going to work. They're trying to raise their kids. They're in school. They pick them up. They got to go to baseball practice, soccer practice, wherever they're going. By the time they get them all home, get something to eat, it's 9 o'clock, and they have to go back to work the next day. They need to be able to click on FetcherNews.com and read a commissioner's article, a city council article, a board of education article, or any article, and know that our writers have given them they have written clear, correct, factual information. That's who we are. That's who we are. And you know what? We're growing rapidly because we get comments every day that people appreciate that. So those are some of the core things that happen here. So MSNBC on a daily basis lies. There's no other way around it. They lie. You have a news network that spent 3 hours yesterday. Now, Richie covers on Wednesday, and I don't want to say he covers. He's coming right along. I remember 2 years ago when I started this show, all of the things that you would send me notes on, and how I was preparing and learning to present a show every day to you out there. Richie comes every Wednesday, and he prepares, and he does a 2-hour show. And the goal here is for, we're going to call him a young man because, sorry, but he's a younger guy than me, a couple years, 2 or 3. Anyhow, he is working towards developing his delivery, developing his information, and bringing it to you. And it's getting better. It's not negative. It's getting better every single week. He's bringing you great information, and he's here on Wednesdays, okay? And so yesterday, I went outside. I got a cheap cigar. Yeah, 6 o'clock in the morning, cup of coffee, cheap cigar. I mean, when is it not a good time to have a cheap cigar? Anyhow, I shouldn't say that. So yesterday, I get up, I go outside, I get a cup of coffee, and I want to listen to MSNBC, and I want to hear what their takedown of the day is. And folks, they did a 3-hour show yesterday and then went right out of Minka and Joe, Morning Joe, into their next programming with this tenfold nuclear arsenal buildup that did not happen. James Mattis said it didn't happen. They're talking about Trump being unfit if they take down the cabinet. All right, this morning you had a news network that in this Constitution was actually quoting the 25th Amendment. All right? Section 4. Now, you think Mike Pence is going to do this, but they wasted time The 25th Amendment, Section 4, wherever the Vice President and the majority of either the principal officers of the executive department or of such other body as Congress may by law provide, transmit to the President pro tem, to the Senate and the Speaker of the House, their written declaration that the President is unable to discharge powers and duties of his office, the Vice President shall immediately assume the powers and duties of the office of the President of the United States. The Cabinet, the Vice President has to carry, if the Cabinet finds President Trump unfit to serve, unfit, this is what they did news on this morning. This is what they did. They did not retract their story today. They did not say Mattis. Now, I don't know if MSNBC, Morning Joe, the Barnacle, what the hell is a Barnacle? I don't know if in hour 2 and hour 3 they said anything. 1 solid hour, 6 to 7, I watched it. Not one time did James Mattis' name come up. Not one time did it come up that Mattis said that did not happen. Not once. They doubled down on Trump. They doubled down. They talked this morning about an hour, and they actually they talked about the President of the United States wanting to go against what they call the First Amendment and freedom of the press. Freedom of lies. Now, don't you find it interesting that all of a sudden the left is concerned about the Constitution? I find it so interesting. They jump around. They like that 25th Amendment because there's the option of the Cabinet of the United States delivering to the Speaker of the House, delivering to the Speaker of the House that the President's unfit. That we have news networks talking about him being unfit to serve. And they like the First Amendment, the freedom to lie to the public in a crowded theater, the freedom to yell fire. Are they yelling fire in a crowded theater, or is it freedom of speech? Should there be consequences for false reporting? Should there be? I don't know. You tell me. Are you concerned of what President Trump said? Think about that for a minute, and I'll be right back, and we'll talk about that on the other side of this break. Richie, take us to break.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Broken Bull, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, is locally owned and operated. Our Simply Noel selection is the largest around. We have a great selection of unique clothing and several lines to choose from for men and women. We carry a beautiful variety of handmade jewelry from Blessed Be and others. All kinds of gifts, starting to carry shoes this fall as well. Come visit us on your next trip to Blue Ridge. We can't wait to meet you at Broken Bull, located in downtown Blue Ridge. Papa's Pizza to Go in downtown Blue Ridge is the best in the area all-you-can-eat buffet. Call ahead or order online now at papaspizzatogo.com. Use our convenient pickup window for the best in pizza, subs, wings, breadsticks, salads, and more. And be sure to check out our lively game room. We serve lunch and dinner, catering available, take out or dine in. Papa's Pizza to Go in Blue Ridge, proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels. Be sure to check out New Blue Home and Gift,
located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Find us on Twitter at New Blue Home. Everything beautiful for your home or a special gift can be found at New Blue Home and Gift. Call us today at 706-455-3873 or visit us at 531 East Main Street, Suite 103 in downtown Blue Ridge. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge. The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Okay, folks, Richie, I'm never going to let you live that down. Never, 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 never. We call it the Richie Countdown around here. 10, 7, 6, 4, 3, 1. It's called the Richie Countdown. I'm never letting you live that down, man. Never. Are you ready? All right, let me count you down. Like, holy smokes. All right, Richie, we were talking during the break. Now, first of all, you remember when your mother used to say it's all fun until somebody gets hurt? Remember that? It's all fun until somebody gets hurt. Now, the Harvey Weinstein, is that his name, the story? I have been cautious on getting really too close to that because it's all fun until somebody gets hurt. Obviously, the double standard of the media, the left, Hollywood's double standard. It was all fun until somebody got hurt. It was all fun until somebody got hurt. And there's quite a double standard, and it's to portray something, as long as it's on the big screen and you're giving $15 or giving your money at the box office or on pay-per-view, they could portray anything they want on the big screen. If we have a generation of kids that are watching just death and mayhem and destruction and killing and just an enormous amount. I mean, Vegas. Let's not get upset with me. Okay, Vegas. What happened can't hold a light to what our kids are watching. That is coming from the media. Sex, every form of everything going on. It's okay as long as it's on that big screen and they're getting the money and they're living in the big houses, and it's okay as long as Nancy Pelosi is throwing these big fancy fundraisers and they're showing up, and it's okay when they're hating the right people. But, God forbid, like Mom says, it's all fun till somebody gets hurt. What were you saying about them holding the story, Richie, while we were at break? You made a comment. I said, come on in and
well, it goes along while they're busy, investigating how to use the 25th Amendment to go after Trump, and this story with Mattis. Juxtapose that with the fact that Ronan Farrow, Mia Farrow's son, who used to host that atrocious midday show on MSNBC years ago, he had this story, and NBC executives denied it over and over again. This was, I guess, 3-4 years ago, and then he walked in. He told Rachel Maddow that he walked in to the New Yorker with that story. They didn't change a thing. They said, they greenlit it. It goes back to, I guess, the changing content and withholding content too is, I think, just as big of a ethical question we see with a lot of these bigger places.
So, that's why I wanted to bring in and let you run with that. So what we're saying is, while they're finding the importance of what may have happened in a meeting, while they're reporting unnamed sources in a meeting and treating it as though it's a constitutional crisis, you're telling me, I say this kind of facetious, you're telling me that NBC had facts, figures, dates, times, all the above in a story and held it.
Yeah, this kid Ronan Farrow really did a pretty bang-up job. I mean, it's very in-depth. If I recommend folks check out that article in the New Yorker. I mean, after he left MSNBC, I mean, he was on this guy's trail for a long time, and it also makes you wonder, because they fired him and replaced him, and I know MSNBC brought in a new president and changed all their content, but a lot of these liberal hacks didn't get fired. So, it makes you wonder if he was stirring up too much trouble.
So he wrote the article, he did the research, NBC passed on it.
Yes.
And that'd be NBC, that'd be Saturday Night Live, passed on it. That'd be Brian Williams, NBC, Rachel Maddow, little Chrissy Hayes, right? Little Chrissy Hayes. Lawrence O'Donnell.
Yeah, no go.
Lawrence O'Donnell.
He was too worried about the hammering.
Yeah, thrill up the leg guy. Yeah, the hammering. You watched that video? He freaked out, didn't he? Lawrence O'Donnell, I watched that video too. He freaked out. Like, where's the hammer?
No Chris Matthews, though.
No Chris Matthews.
Although I don't think
Chuck, come on now, wait a minute, Richie. I refuse to believe that the same NBC that has Chuck Todd, Andrea Mitchell, you mean that crackpot staff, there's a possibility they knew all about this all along?
A word on the street is it was the worst kept secret in Hollywood.
Not Chuck Todd.
So we won't even get into the Clintons and the Obamas who took 5 days to comment on it. I thought they were the feminists, the warriors of this supposed war on women. I mean, this is almost as bad as having a binder full of women, isn't it?
What?
This is almost as bad as Mitt Romney having a binder full of women.
Well, all right, folks. Try to stay away from that story, but you just can't because it's interesting. Now, the story with Weinstein, Monday and Tuesday, I didn't get into it, but I've been watching this develop, and with NBC, especially yesterday and this morning, I think to myself, really, and you're concerned that Trump has called for maybe revoking your broadcast license, which cannot be done because broadcast license goes. Let's go to the Twitter deck quickly before the show closes. We told you earlier, it's 57 minutes ago, Donald Trump tweeted out the fake news is going all out in order to demean and denigrate such hatred. They do, folks. They do. They're doing everything. We cannot keep FEMA. Wait a minute. This is a triple. Let's go for the triple here. Puerto Rico survived the hurricanes. Now a financial crisis looms, largely of their own making. Folks, if you don't want the truth, don't follow this damn guy on Twitter. Don't follow this damn guy at all. He is a soul survivor. Who wrote that song? Soul Survivor, right? That is, Survivor wrote it. He is a soul survivor. He is having a hard time finding a friend in that town. Why? Because he tells the truth. Puerto Rico caused their problem. All right, Puerto Rico survived the hurricanes. Now it's a financial crisis looms largely of their own making. Who reported Puerto Rico and their financial crisis way before the storm came through? I did. I told you this, folks. You know that. Over a year ago, I said something will happen. Says Cheryl Atkinson, a totally lack of accountability, say the governor. Electric and all infrastructure was infrastructure disaster before hurricanes. It was a disaster before the hurricane, the infrastructure. Puerto Rico was crumbled before the hurricanes. You got to understand that. Congress to decide how much to spend. We cannot keep FEMA, the military, and first responders who have been amazing under most difficult circumstances in Puerto Rico forever. We just can't send them down there to rebuild everything under the guise of hurricane relief. It was a mess before the storm wiped the place out. Folks, don't fall for things, and please follow Donald Trump on Twitter. Taxes. What do you think about the tax reform? Will they back away and not, let's see. Here's 13 hours ago. Network news has become so partisan, distorted, and fake that licenses must be challenged and, if appropriate, revoked, not fair to the public. Is it fair to you that they just lie and don't stop lying? Puerto Rico, we can't keep them there forever, right? Can't keep them there forever. Let's see what else I might have this morning. We revealed to you, many others have, but we revealed to you that Bob Corker is the slime out of the swamp. The slime. And see, the media can't take it because MSNBC and NBC, they all went, even on the Sunday shows, they all went nuts over Corker's comments about Third World War. Okay? Trump going to start the Third World War in North Korea. Not what caused our problem in North Korea today. Trump in nuclear arsenal. Trump sitting down and asking 3 times, why don't we, how can we, and would we ever use nuclear weapons? He wants to know all of that. You could trust the President of the United States, I promise, folks. You can trust him, okay? He does not scare me tomorrow. He does not scare me today. He does not scare me this afternoon, all right? The only thing that makes me a little nervous if I was in the batter box and Tanaka was pitching. I'm telling you, you don't have to worry about President Trump. He's okay. He's not going to do anything. He's not going to drop a nuke tomorrow because of Bob Corker's lies. He's not going to drop a nuke because NBC says it. Okay, it's not going to happen, folks. You do not have to get nervous out there. Lies, distorted. They keep running with that. They ran with Corker from Sunday. They're upset over Trump. Trump is coming to a decision with the GOP reckoning on Iran. They can't take that. Okay. Trump says FEMA can't stay in Puerto Rico forever. Okay. Can't stay there forever because this is a perfect opportunity for the Democrats and the liberals to say Puerto Rico needs rebuilt. We can't stay forever there. Media license, we know that we can't take a media license away because ABC, NBC, CBS, they don't have a media license. They have affiliates. So the FCC, but him questioning the media, is that a problem for you? Okay. What do you think? Some of the other subjects going around today, there's an executive order on health care. We know that's coming up. And Bannon tied groups kick off brutal GOP primary season. okay? We are going to be looking at that a little closer. We know we've talked about West Virginia. Bannon, a pro-Trump outside group aligned with Steve Bannon. We're going to keep up with it. Let me get that. I don't know where my internet just went on that. A pro-Trump outside group aligned with Steve Bannon endorsed 3 Republicans running for Senate on Wednesday, firing the starting pistol on what's shaping up to be a nasty primary season for the GOP. The Great American Alliance, an anti-establishment group which counts Bannon's political advisor, Andy Serbain, as a strategist. Serbain, I think that's his name, Serbain, as a strategist, announced it will support West Virginia Attorney General Patrick Morrisey, Republican Montana State Auditor Matt Rosendale, and Representative Marsha Blackburn, Tennessee, in their bids for the Senate. Sources familiar with the decision told The Hill that Bannon, the Breitbart chairman and former White House chief strategist, is asking the candidates he backs to oppose Senator Mitch McConnell as the next majority leader, although it's unclear if they'll all commit to this. Rosendale has said he will support McConnell. Now, this will be the big question, one of the big questions, obviously. This will be one of the big questions, obviously, in this upcoming primary season. For the Senate, will you support Mitch McConnell for majority leader in the Senate? And I'm telling you right now, in the primary season, if you say yes, I've got a feeling they're going to vote no. Mitch McConnell is out. 2018, Mitch McConnell must go. Remember what Bannon said in the 60-minute interview. McConnell, no good. Paul Ryan, somewhat. He did not throw Paul Ryan under the bus like he did Mitch McConnell. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Cubs play this afternoon, right? Or 8:08 tonight. Cubs and Nationals.
Yeah, it's tonight.
Is it tonight?
Back in D.C.
They're back in D.C. Cubs Nationals. I'm going to pull for the Cubs. I mean, I am. I'm going to pull for the Cubs. I mean, who are you pulling for, Richie? It's National League. I mean, this is your thing, not me. I mean, you're a Brave. If you're a Braves fan, where are you coming down on the National League right now?
Well, I'm not a huge fan of either team, but I guess I want the Nationals to win.
Who?
The Nationals.
The Nationals.
You remember that time those players wore the wrong jerseys and it said Nationals?
Yeah. So Richie wants the Nationals to win.
Yeah.
Folks, I'm sorry for Rich. He's been all upset. If you say Larretts, he starts shaking. He can't take Jim Larretts. That makes him a nervous wreck. He tried to sabotage my Yankee. He wanted to do something because he's a Braves fan. He tried to sabotage. He acted like he was trying to help out, but I knew the truth, what he was really trying to do. But I have my Yogi Berra hat. I got my 96. I still got the price on this. I bought this at Sports Authority. Are they still in business?
No, I noticed that the other day. Don't take the tag off. It makes it even more valuable.
Yeah, it's $19.99. And then yeah, it's $19.99. That's how much it was. So this is my, what is this? My World Series 96 hat. I got that at Sports Authority in right there, right close to New York. And then this one is a 98 hat. And this one it didn't have a tag like that one. It's a New Era, but it came from Lids. Yankees World Series, $24.99. I still got the sticker on that.
That was the team that set the wins record, I believe. They won like 100, darn near 120 games, maybe.
Is that the team? Then I got my Yogi Berra book. Okay, it's not over till it's over.
You just showed us a Newport ad, by the way.
Did I show a Newport cigarette ad? Well, I can't do that. That's against the rules. Trump will have me throw it off the internet. And then, folks, this is, I keep this under, I got like that red, the red, actually I have this under lock and key. I got like, it's like, you know, the diamond. You know, those movies where they have the infrared scanners and stuff, you know. I have this under lock and key. It's a scanner that it would go off. This is Thurman Munson. And this is his rookie card from 1970. So if you, this is death before disco, man, right here, buddy. Anyhow, go Yankees, go Cubs. Sorry, I cannot get used to saying Houston Astros in the American League. The Nationals, you know, I can't support that team. I got to pull for the Cub fans. So there you go. Did you see where is Goodell cracking on the anthem, Richie? Did you see that?
Yeah, some new polling came out earlier this week.
Huh? Hell, you say?
Did you see it?
I might have. What did it say?
I think there was a drop in the last month of the amount of Americans that list the NFL or football as their favorite sport went from like 70%, which made it by far number one, down under 40%, I believe. I don't have it in front of me, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was, the numbers.
Well.
It was bad.
Well. Interesting. Goodell says maybe they should stand. Okay, folks, I'm your host, BKP.
I have a question for you, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
We talked a little bit about yesterday on the show with Reagan, comparing him to Trump. And I want your opinion, because obviously I'm too young to remember it. But we hear now all the time about Trump, the reality star, not Trump, the president. And in the 80s, I would imagine there were still a lot of people that remembered Ron Reagan, the actor, whereas now people there's not a lot of people left that remember him as an actor. So was there a lot of this treatment of Reagan like there is of Trump, like, oh, he's a Hollywood star, not a real politician, this and that, or was it different?
It was different. It was different. Reagan was president of the Screen Actors Guild. Reagan became very became very well recognized during Goldwater campaign. Actually, he stood out in the Goldwater campaign when he gave a speech. If you ever look at the famous Ronald Reagan speech, you look up the famous Ronald Reagan speech during Barry Goldwater's campaign. Still to this day, that's the speech where he called out national health care. Reagan was very clear on his policy. Okay, yes, he was a TV guy. He knew how to look at the camera. He knew how to play the camera. Okay, knew very well how to play the camera. Knew how to use the camera. When he told Jimmy Carter, there he goes again, he knew how to play the camera. When he told Walter Mondale that he was not going to take his opponent's youth and use it against him, he knew how to play the camera. Ronald Reagan knew how to play the camera, and he was considered the outsider, and he was considered a Hollywood guy that wanted to be president. But the clear divide in Ronald Reagan, and I would like to get into that deeper, but the clear divide with Ronald Reagan, and I remember all too well, is that Reagan had clear policies, we knew where Reagan stood. You understand? I guess that's the biggest thing. Trump and Reagan are not alike. I can't go with the comparison. When people do that, I'm obviously pro-Trump. I'm obviously very pro-Reagan. But Reagan was the governor of California for 2 terms. Okay, I've been to the Reagan Library. You get me set off. I spent a whole day at the Reagan Library in California. So there's to me zero comparison, because you never wondered where Reagan stood on policy. You never wondered where he stood on taxes. You never wondered the next day, what will Reagan present? Okay, that was never, you never had that question. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Trump, although I agree, and he's keeping his campaign promises probably better than any politician There's not a modern politician alive that is working as hard as he is to keep his campaign promises, period. But from day to day, we don't always know where he's going to come from on an issue, and if he's going to come down on the conservative side the way you and I think he should. You follow what I'm saying? Reagan.
Absolutely. So what I gather, Trump's more of a populist.
Yeah, he is. He is. I mean, Trump is a populist, and is that going to work? And can we deal with that? Great subject to bring up. Let's talk about that tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think that let's talk about that with the All-Star panel. Let's throw it out to them tomorrow. I like that. We'll be at, I was going to say Sycamore Crossing, but we won't be there. We will be at Blue Jeans Pizza tomorrow morning. Blue Jeans Pizza, we got to close here. Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock in Blue Ridge. At 8:15, we have Dr. William Whaley. Ask the Doc, he will be on. At 8:45, we'll have a phone interview with Congressman Doug Collins. Will be with us tomorrow at 8:45. At 9 o'clock, we will have our All-Star panel, and we will round out our show with our Pet of the Week. My question to you, I leave with, is it important to you as a voter to know your candidate's personal habits in some ways before you make your decision? We're going to talk about that more tomorrow. Take us out of here, Richie.